one. All right, Advanced Dragons, got a video here with your curriculum. This is for the blue, purple, red, and black dragons. All right, got some exciting curriculum for you. I love teaching all of these combinations. Very, very, very cool. All right, so we start off with stripe number one is the pad work. Obviously hitting the mitts, hitting the pads with these techniques. All right, so we start off left side forward. Have their right side forward. We're okay with that. We prefer for them to have the left side forward, but it's kind of some fine motor skill stuff. Should be almost getting there, but anyway. All right, so our techniques, we have front hand punch, back hand punch, called a jab cross. If they do cross jab, we're gonna high five and then tap on that front hand. Hopefully we get that front hand is known as the jab and the back hand is known as the cross. Then we cover and do two elbows. All right, cover and elbow after the jab cross. All right, the next two moves, we have a knee with the back knee, and then the leg that's in front, I put that leg behind me so it can do a knee also. We want to take turns, right? Can't let the right knee have all the fun. So that is a knee followed by a switch knee. We have some really fun variations of these techniques. When they're doing a knee strike, we want to have their hands up, because if I'm close enough to knee someone, they're close enough to punch me really hard in the face. All right, so with those knees, we make sure that those hands are up really well. All right, so that's the knee, switch knee. And then after the knee, switch knee, we have them do a run, jump, side kick. Oh, so much fun. So funny watching the kids. All right, so with the run, jump, side kick, they are supposed to be sideways in the air when they do this kick. Oh, this is so hard to do because they're running and their body's basically facing this direction, but they have to jump off one leg, turn their body around sideways, and push that heel out there. All right, some kids get it, some kids don't. As they run, jump, sometimes they'll run, jump, and kick to the front. The problem with that is there's not a lot of power in that kick going that direction up in the air. And imagine hitting something kind of big, kind of heavy with that. You kick right here, what's going to happen? Yeah, back laying on the ground. We certainly don't want this to be a ground fight. If I kick something pretty strong, pretty heavy with a side kick, it's going to push me away and I have a much better chance of landing on my feet. Not to mention it's a much more powerful kick, all right? So they'll take however many steps it takes to get there. They'll jump off one leg and jump up and kick sideways with their kicking leg, all right? Pull the other leg up high. We'll work with them on some great technique and get them up in the air. It is some great exercise, building those muscles to be explosive, doing a lot of jumps in class. So any opportunity we can to do jump kicks is great. All right, so the idea is they do the entire combination, that they know. I say, all right, your pad work, ready, go. And they punch, cover an elbow, knee, switch a knee, and then they take off and do their run, jump, side kick. What a fun combination. They can yell on every move or just yell when they feel strong. All right, so second stripe is sparring techniques. Sparring techniques are designed to be able to do with someone else. I don't trust the Dragons enough to be able to be kicking and punching at each other just yet, right? So we do that with an instructor. All right, so we'd stand right across an instructor and we would do what we call a back fist and a cross. What is a back fist? It's supposed to be the front hand and we're striking with the back of the fist. It's just supposed to be a really fast move that sets up the punch. Instead of just throwing the punch, we get a back fist and then a backhand punch, all right? Then we'll do the lead leg side kick and then a backhand punch again. So these three different combinations are all gonna lead with a back fist cross. So it's gonna be back fist, cross, and then we have the front leg side kick, step up, knee to chest, make the side kick, do another backhand punch, and then they move back out. So I'm moving in to do the moves, and then I move back out. So we got back fist crossed, cross, lead leg side kick, cross, and then we're back out. With the other leg, same thing, it's back fist cross, lead leg, side kick, cross, that's how the backhand is up, and then move back out. So we'll do the same thing with taking the side kick out and putting a turning kick in, or a hooking kick. So we got the side kick, the hooking kick, and the round kick with the hand techniques. So we got the back fist cross, lead leg hooking kick cross, back fist cross, lead leg turning kick cross. All right, and then what we started with was side kick, back fist cross, lead leg side kick cross. All right, and we do want to be doing those left side forward. We do want to do these right side forward. I would like for the kids to be ambidextrous with these particular sparring combinations. I want to be able to spar with the right leg forward and left side forward eventually, a couple of years later in the program. Okay, so self-defense. We have a shoulder grab from the front or the side, all right? So you can grab from the back as well, but shoulder grab, we just essentially have a big windmill move. It can go one way or it can go the other direction, all right? From here, from the front or the side, I can do my windmill move. I want to step in and push to get some distance. If my windmill doesn't quite work all the way as I move in toward them and do the push, I'm going to let go at that point, right? All right, and then we get our DHV, our distance, hands up, and we use our verbal game at that point. Back off, leave now, you're too close. That's not nice, don't ever do that again. All right, assertive verbal commands. All right, the grab from behind would just be a turn and go into that push, and then distance, hands, verbal. So we know that most of the time the assertive model works. The assertiveness with just the way the body looks, and then the assertive voice also. But sometimes that may not be enough. So adding the push in there is just something just a little bit extra. All right. From the bear hug is our next technique from behind. All right. Somebody's going to. Oh, I'm sorry. From the front. Somebody's grabbing us from the front. All right. We're going to stomp the foot. It hurts. All right, so they're dumb enough to grab a hold of us and be that close. We ought to just hit them with our head, but we're not supposed to do that, right? So we're first going to stomp the foot, or kind of stomp into the shin. You'll see I turn my foot out right there to be able to get that, dig that heel in there. All right. If we can do this from behind also. All right, where we can come up and do the stomp and get them to loosen their grip a little bit, or we can turn and get that, but it works from the front really well also. Push, distance, hands, verbal, we need to get out of there, all right? It could be from the one from behind, where instead of just stomping, we could stomp and then step out and do a strike also. Sometimes we just have the kids step out and do a strike from the one from behind. You'd think we have less options from behind, but we've got several options there that work really well for this. All right, so we're on to the fourth strike, basics and form. We have walking stance, moving forward and back. Walking stance is shoulder wide, front knees bent, back leg walk out straight, all 10 toes pointed straight forward. One of the toughest things to get moving with these young ones in this walking stance is having them keep their stance wide. They walk with this width. So typically when they step out into is a walking stance, they tend to come out kind of narrow. Now because of the name walking stance, it's just for them to realize that the longer stances, we need a wider base to support the upper body weight. All right, so we're gonna have them moving forward, we're gonna have them moving forward and backwards with a walking stance. As they do this, I want them to do walking stance, high block, taekwondo stance, taekwondo high block, the taekwondo middle block, and the taekwondo low block, all right? The idea of these bigger range of motion moves to develop the muscles to be stronger and faster, so that as we do it from up here, we're much stronger from practicing the extended range of motion. But we have the low block, the middle block, and the height, the rising block, the middle block, and the low block, and a punch with the other hand. So it could be 1, 2, 3, punch, or it could just be we're practicing the high block and the punch, or the middle block and the punch with the other hand, all right? The last thing for this stripe is, as you've seen in previous grading cycles, we're working on 4-direction punch. 4-direction punch is the moves where we step forward with one leg and punch, that same leg steps back and we low block. The same leg steps forward, the same leg steps back. Just every time we step back, we're low blocking. Every time we step forward, we're punching, all right? This is a form that we require in the next group when they move up into the big kid class.
They'll be doing 4-direction punch a lot, and I want these dragons to know 4-direction punch or have a really good idea of it and can do it pretty well as they make that transition into the big kid class. All right, there is your curriculum for this testing cycle. Good luck, train hard. I look forward to seeing you guys in class. Taekwondo.